What's up? It's your girl Angelica Marie, and we're back with another episode of Ain't No Filter. And guess who I got in the building? Are y'all ready for who I have in the building? Are you ready?
Is it me?
Yeah, it's you. You're in the building. You're in the place to be.
Okay.
You gonna introduce yourself right up?
I thought you said you was gonna do it.
You want me to introduce yourself?
I mean, who's gonna do it?
Okay, I'll introduce you.
Okay.
So I have Rudolph Durant. Yeah, y'all can Google him. He related to Kevin Durant. I'm related to Paul George.
I agree.
Thank you. That's my cousin. Paul George is my cousin. Look it up. That's my cousin.
Last time he wired you.
When you're family, you don't just ask your family for money just because they're a millionaire.
All right. You're right.
But cousin, send me some money. But for real, we got Rudolph Durant, aka Rudy, aka it's bully season in the streets. Are we gonna?
I like the way you said that. It was stupid.
Yeah, it's bully season. So, Rudy is a motivational speaker. He hosts his think tanks. Can I say that? Can I talk about the think tanks? Because y'all in beta.
A little bit.
Y'all in beta. Exclusive here. VIP news. Rudy has think tanks. Is in beta. You know. Y'all know what beta is. I'm sure everybody learned about beta because, you know, everybody was trying to get on Clubhouse and everybody was like, it's in beta. You need an invite. Da.
Beta. I said beta.
It's in beta. All right.
Not beta side, but beta.
I'm not even gonna say it because I might accidentally miss a word and then y'all gonna come.
It's okay. That was that.
You gonna let us know what you? Okay. If you know, if you don't know, you don't know. But we all know. Make your wrist go ching. Make your wrist go ching.
It doesn't do that.
It don't go ching.
My wrist is sore.
Oh, okay. But in all reality, you're a motivational speaker, and I feel like being a motivational speaker is definitely a different journey. And it's just like, how do you get to the point of considering yourself a motivational speaker? What made you say, I'm a motivational speaker, I'm going to start calling myself that, and then doing the work for that?
I don't think I just started, for real. I personally didn't like it at first. It took me years. I think I've been doing this about 3-4 years now. And it took me about 2 before I even self-proclaimed that. When I started doing it, I was just talking, and people started taking it as motivation. And then I realized, well, maybe I should stop fighting against it. Just kind of going with it.
So why were you against it?
I think motivation is a temporary high. And what I do with perspective, it kind of helps people throughout days, throughout times. Like, it works. When you talk about motivation, anybody can rile you up. Anybody can, you're the best! Who's better than you? If you can't do it, who can do it? Anybody can rile you up, and then, you know, you sit in the conference room and, yeah! That goes very, very quick. Perspective kind of teaches you a little bit more of a half empty, half full approach. Start to just kind of really seep into the way you see situations and scenarios and the way you process different things and like how you maneuver throughout life.
Dang, that's deep because I can't lie. When I think about motivation, because I do be on social media like, damn, that's inspiring. Like, yeah, I'm teed up. I'm about to get this work done. And then like an hour later, I'm like, So I definitely understand that. Even with self-proclaiming yourself as a motivational speaker, or not even motivational speaker, since you are considering you're changing like people's perspectives, what are some things that you do? What gets you going to be like, I'm gonna talk about this today. I'm gonna tell folk about this.
Us, we're a pretty active generation, active people. It's always something going on. And since there ain't no filter,
Yeah.
plain fucking dumb.
Yeah, because we cuss on here.
No. I didn't need to ask that. The show is self-titled.
No, we do. Yeah, because we cuss.
Now, I've learned to stop saying that. And me personally, when I talk about other people, I do speak from a weak perspective. I try not to be condescending. So, like, if I'm a dumbass, or even if you're a dumbass, I'm a dumbass, because we're all dumbasses together.
Okay.
But, this generation shows you something very, very new every day. And sometimes, especially because people be so caught up in the social media, I just be feeling the need to just say quick little things, just to slice your mind kind of back to reality a little bit. Because some people really do get lost in those devices and they just be gone.
So for you, like, are you planning out your content ahead? Or are you like taking this influencer people route, which is, are you? I'm sorry, I don't like social media. I'm gonna just be honest. I hate social media.
Nobody hates it more than me.
I hate it.
Nobody hates it more than me, I promise.
What do you hate about social media? Because you are using it as a platform to inspire people or change perspective in a sense.
I wasn't successful, so I started doing them little tweets. I mean, when I say that, let me not disrespect my own self. I wasn't consistent until the tweets. I would do the videos for a minute, then I would get mad myself with those numbers before my nonchalance is at peak condition. Like so I can see how people feel bad, like, oh, my friends didn't see this or my friends didn't do that. Like, you look at the numbers, you're like, I know more people should have seen this. Then you gotta fight the algorithm. Like, I hate them videos. And then also with the videos, I'm a long-winded person.
That's fine.
But you only get 60 seconds to capture the generation. A lot of those 5-minute videos don't really get run like that. And I mean, I say that because I'm someone with a super short attention span. I'm not saying that for 5 minutes. I know that. Now, I know there are people that do, but I respect the masses are, is it interesting? Gone. Is it interesting? Gone. Is it interesting? Gone. So I was trying to squeeze a lot in 60 seconds, and the messaging was getting messed up. I like the tweets now because they're to the point, direct, easy to digest, and they don't take time. I don't know how long it takes to record this, but it takes me mad long to record those videos.
Because you editing them, too?
Not even,
No.
because I'm like a closet perfectionist. I could be at 58 seconds. If I stutter at 59, that video's gone. I gotta do another.
So for those who aren't familiar, so basically explain, you started off doing perspective videos. Would you call them that, since you ain't using really motivation?
I mean, I just started talking. That's what I call it for. I think in my bio it says I talk. That's how I talk. Most people expect a different brand of stuff from me on an average basis. But if you have these conversations with me, I talk like this on the road. And I think that's another thing with the speaker thing. Like, at first, I wasn't really focused on how speaking is a talent. Like, I didn't really think about me being able to speak well. Like, I just was talking.
What do you mean that people expect other things from you? I told you I was going to be in
When
business.
I'm not sounding smart, I can sound really dumb. That's the truth.
Okay. So you switched from the videos to doing the tweets there. So did you do it just because of algorithm, or just because it kind of is easier to get the message across there?
Easier and more efficient. I could tweet, copy, paste, put it from Twitter to Instagram in 2 minutes.
But they do say that's the new thing, and it has something to do with that. Okay, so this is the thing. I hate social media too, but I think I hate social media for a few different things. One, I feel like it's a job that I'm not getting paid for. Two, I feel like half of the people I want to see my stuff don't see it. So then I just end up texting you, because if I text you, you can't even sit up there and be like, you ain't see my stuff. Cause it's like, I know that I don't really see anybody's stuff on my actual feed. I probably see like my man. I see my man's stuff on my feed, and that's about it. I don't see nobody else's stuff on my feed.
You looking around it or something? I doubt your gram only show you one person.
It don't be like a whole bunch of people on my feed. Like, I don't be seeing, literally okay.
How many people you follow? Now I got questions.
I follow like 2,000 something people.
You telling me?
I literally don't see a whole bunch of people on my time. Yeah, okay. So I was trying to get
1,999 people.
So I was trying to get my hair done right. So I was trying to get my hair done. I was trying to get braids. And if you are anybody who's trying to get braids, you know they don't wash your hair. You got to come blow dry. You basically got to start the root of the braid for them or whatever. So I was trying to find a braider, and I looked up a couple braiders through Instagram, and next thing you know, it was just like person, sponsored braider, sponsored braider, sponsored braider. Like, it's really like that. It's tough in these streets to find anything. So yeah, I mean, I might be exaggerating a little bit. I see a little bit more than my man. But honestly, the people who I be checking for on social media, I don't see on my timeline. I literally have to go to y'all page and be like, let me see if they post something new today.
No, I really do think that Instagram should talk to Tom. No, Tom was Facebook. No, Tom was MySpace.
Yeah. No, Tom is, hold on.
Tom is MySpace.
Mark. He's Mark.
Yeah,
Mark
They should
Zuckerberg.
talk to Tom and then get the top 8, top 20 back. I think everybody, especially if you have more than 1,000 followers, you should be able to have a top of at least 5% of whatever your follower number is. You should make people unlock it, make people a little bit more excited. You get more followers, you get to unlock more percentages for your top. But realistically, I should have 100 people that I'm guaranteed to see. Because me personally, I'm the worst Instagrammer ever. I can show you how I gram.
How you gram?
I'm show you.
Okay. I'll let y'all know what it say in the DMs too when we get there.
My DMs so trash. Look.
Really?
I swear if I got.
You got 11 though. That's a lot.
Because I can't text. Look. I'm not.
Damn, he got 1,000 text messages. Like, those are just unopened?
I don't need a phone. For real. I should have been born in the beeper generation. But this is what I do for real.
Damn, I be think you actually be watching my story. You just be doing that? Wait, you don't be watching my story?
What am I looking at right now?
You looking at me. You looking at nothing. Is that helping these people? Yo, what if... So how you even know when it's somebody's birthday?
Shit. I get better. Every once in a while, and if I see somebody I know, I might go back. So I'll be seeing shit. I'm like, what you doing?
Why you just need your thumb going because you weren't even looking at nothing. You literally... I really watch people's Insta stories though. But I will say I agree with the top 8. I personally said the other day I tweeted it, but I know you don't follow me on Twitter. So I know you ain't seen it, but
I'm new to Twitter. I only got like 12 followers. Follow me. I be tweeting.
Oh, I mean, my tweets don't get no retweets, but I was on Twitter and I said, MySpace, Twitter, Instagram should bring back top 8 for. It's too many social medias. MySpace should bring. Instagram should have Insta story top 8 so I can have my top 8 people whose stories I be wanting to see, because the other day I was on people who I was like, damn, I follow you, I don't understand.
I'm confident Instagram only puts people you don't want to see in the little bubbles.
I promise you. And then it's like you end up being the first person to watch their story every time, so then they think like, oh yeah.
That you press!
Oh. Thank you. Super press.
Wait. So boom, that's how I started blocking. You know how I be on the girl talking about I blocked all my exes? That's how. So one, I'm a human being. I like memories.
Okay.
So I'm not as dramatic. I could cut anybody off at any time.
Okay.
But if I see you, I'm gonna think about you. So me, I gotta block you because Instagram don't respect me. If I could have left you there and my gram never came on your bubble, or you was at the very last bubble, good. But somehow everybody you don't want to talk to, they in the first 3.
It's like they be listening.
And then you ever do the one where you put your head up to look at the TV or something, and you go down in this.
And it's like I'm like, damn, how'd I get on this?
Especially if you're trying to intentionally not watch. So at that point, I just started blocking. I don't even care.
See, I don't be blocking. I be muting. I be muting posts. I be muting stories.
I got tears. You muted if you get on my nerves, or I just don't feel like looking at you all the time. When you post dumb shit, you blocked if I really don't want to talk to you. Why? People say it's crazy. Here's my thing. It's only one human being on this planet that can't reach me at all. The rest of them, my number not blocked. And that's I know you're not looking for me. You can call me. But like the social media shit be too serious for people. I'm really old school. Like my phone, if y'all was dying, you needed me, I'm accessible. I would hope that if you was dying, the first thing you wouldn't do is just
call me. You like it was the closest app. It was the closest app.
Hey, Rudy, I got a terminal.
That's not.
I would hope that's not what you're trying to reconcile.
But I don't care. I'm mute gang. I had to mute somebody. I didn't block them because I'm not childish. But
How is it childish though?
Well, it's not childish.
Like I don't even know. Y'all like to hang on so much. My thing is, I find it awkward. Like, why do I want to look at you? Why do I want you looking at me if we don't like each other? I feel like you sending bad vibes. I'm like, here I am, woo, smiling. It's a good day. You see my face. Look at this happy motherfucker. What you?
And they probably search you up too, just to go to your page.
Oh, but they can't. They're blocked.
Well, I mean, do I block people? Well, I block like racist people.
I don't even see them.
Sexist people. I block a lot of people on Twitter, not really on Instagram, because I just unfollow you, because then I'll never see you again. But I do mute people, because some people is like, I'm probably gonna come back to your page, but as of now, I don't want to see you anymore. So that's where I'm at on Instagram with it.
So here's the thing. That's where I go through the balance of mute and then mute posting story.
Oh, it's
So if
supposed
I
to
mute
story.
just your story, your post to come up, so I can tap in. If I mute you post their story, period. Like
Oh,
a dot on the page, can't see you.
I'm you posting story. Like I have to, and I ain't gonna lie. I probably yeah, I mute posting story because I don't consider them exes, but guys who have talked to me, they want to some reason be
Why they
on
not
my social.
blocked?
Because I'm not rude. I want you to see me doing
where's
good,
the
but I don't need to see you.
You don't even, bro. I don't ever want you to think about me again. I don't even want you to waste your days doing that. I want, for the best of your well-being thing, I want you to think about you and whoever's doing you now. I don't think you need to worry about me. I'm like that. You good? I'm alright. You're alright. We're alright.
Nah, I feel you. Okay, so you know, social media is what it is. So how do you feel like you want to grow your platform, not just on social media, since you know you don't like social media? Is there any other ways that you plan on growing like your platform?
I'm working on a social media balance because I realize it's required. I don't. At this age, I'm big on not fighting unnecessary battles. Like there's no reason to keep trying to go against it. And to your point, it is a job, so treat it as such. It's called an internship to your point about not getting paid for it, but I get it.
I haven't had enough unpaid internships in my life. I need to be getting a check. So, and that's the thing. I don't want to be unauthentic. I don't want to be per se like an influencer. I don't want to make long captions and tell people, "Hey, click here." I just want to be myself.
Yeah, but I'm just here to tell you that there's only a few places that works. And I'm at the same place. As someone that's been doing this for 3 years in a row, I can tell you straight, your friends ain't gonna help you. And trying to fight the currents of this generation won't help you. You can be different, but to go against this generation, I'm not saying it won't help you. You're gonna have to put that much more effort into it if you want to do that.
What do you mean your friends not gonna help you? What friends you got?
First of all, I have some of the world's most amazing friends.
Exactly. So.
Yeah, but I'm your friend, right?
Yeah.
And you just try. And I know we're friends.
Yeah.
And I've watched 2 episodes. I got friends that have never ordered a shirt. I got friends that have never reposted a video. Realistically, with the amount of people I know right now, all my posts should have at least 1,000 reshares, just for the fuck of it. It's not the case. I'm not mad at that, but it's the truth. Like realistically, if we were all taking everybody serious.
Okay, yeah.
Let's just use a sample size like Clark.
Okay.
Clark got so many lit motherfuckers and such a large population, we can make one person pop a day. Like if we so chose. Like if we said, all right, this is the Clark student of the month. We're gonna spend, everybody in the population is gonna spend this amount of time reposting their shit for this month. We don't have that kind of mentality.
But I feel okay. I can't speak for the whole population. One, I think that's a good idea, which we should really try and do that, because that's kind of like the follow train thing, but like more of a defined situation. And I think that would actually be dope, because you did make a point. 2, I be supporting folks. I be reposting.
I'm not gonna lie. One is enough. I had to teach myself that. I used to be too big in the head, too big picture. One is enough. But in the grand scheme of the internet, how many posts with 1 like do you consider relevant?
With 1 like? I mean, if it's dope, I'ma like it. Just because you got 1 like don't mean you should stop doing what you're doing.
Never said stop. It's about how it works. I'm talking about driving and how the internet drives us up.
Well, okay, so the algorithm's not gonna push you up. But see, I know I'm supportive. I have a thing on my Instagram that says friends business. You click on there and you'll see all the people I support.
Let me help you out. There's no I in team. I'm just saying, our individual efforts is cool. I do my part. I got everybody from Clark. I think I got at least 1 piece. That if you sell clothes at Clark, if you sell male clothes at Clark, I probably got at least 1 piece. I know mad at people that don't got at least 1 piece. And these are the same people that want to come. They want to dap you up when they see you outside. They want to be your bestie, take pictures. Don't let a celebrity wear your shit. They finna retweet it like a mother sucker.
Oh yeah, he went to
Clark.
Clark.
And they not 1.
Oh yeah, he went to Clark. I know him, bro. He went to Clark, man. I used to have da. Yeah.
This is what we do. I'm honest about it. But I don't think your friends, when I say that, I mean, I have the most dynamic support group on the planet, if you ask me. It's just that they can only do what so much because of the generation we're in. I got at least 10 friends that I could post with the alphabet, and they're gonna repost it just because I posted it, for sure.
That's love.
Right. But that's not what it takes to take over the internet. Not right now. You're gonna need more than 10.
But I feel like if we all rise up against the internet and go back to the old ways of having face-to-face communication and verbal interactions,
Go ahead. Sorry.
you think we won't, or you think it won't work?
So, I guess back to what I do. Right now, what I focus on personally is individuals and their individual power. A lot of people right now don't even want individual power. They want emotional support, confidence, and money.
I mean, I want some of them things and a little extra.
Yeah, but most of them sourced off the gram, so that's why you think you don't got it. You don't count the bounty in your life right now, whatever it is, because of the way you live it. Because I live like you, so I know how you feel. There's people on the gram right now that's happy as hell because they got 1,000 likes on a picture. Don't got no money in their pocket. There's people that just posted 5 bands. 60% of that money has to go to bills or debt. You got 2 bands, and then most adults know 2 bands goes very, very fast.
2 bands, you blink your eye, and
And there's somebody on the gram right now.
Money phone.
No, damn well half that money not even about to really be theirs for the next couple minutes.
Yeah, I ain't even gonna flex. I seen somebody post on, I ain't gonna say the app, but they posted on this certain app. They had mad stacks, and I was like, damn, G, either you be lying to me or you lying to the social app, because that money ain't yours. You ain't got no money unless you just hit the lick or something. You ain't got it.
And that's what I'm saying. So like in this people never give that up. And it's not everybody, but there are certain people that couldn't live without the gram. And it's not even about popularity, it's just the gram. Like I thought about it the other day, like there's people on the gram with 1,000 followers, maybe less. And they get on the gram all the time and confidently talk like they're talking to 2 million people. And then I know for a fact my gram has a steady amount of followers, and I'm social enough to know a couple people. I look at my story numbers. So if you got less followers than me, it's safe to assume that you got less story views, especially with right now. So the way some people be blacking and screaming at 20 people is beyond me. People like, yeah, you know me, top dog, or yeah, I'm pretty. I be like, yo, I know nobody looking at you besides you, your mother, and your cousin, and your 5 best friends.
But I gotta tell you something. I know mad people who got less followers than me but got more story views than me. Like, I feel like that's because whoever followed them, I feel like is way more like loyal or something. I don't know what it is.
Some people, like I got air followers, like followers from just being social and shit like that, or like college and shit like that.
Facts.
Certain people with them 500 followers be 500 people they talk to on a regular.
Facts. That's very factual. I agree. Because half of the people I feel like I follow is like people I met at an event, instead of, because we live in that generation of, oh, let me follow you on Instagram, instead of like, oh, let me take your number down and we can network later. It's, let me follow you on Instagram, and then you never talk to them again. You
Lord
just follow.
The DM pressure was ridiculous. You can't DM nobody. It's so strange.
DMing people? Why is that strange? You don't DM?
When I say that, it's like, well, one, as a man, you can't DM every woman depending on the networking situation. It does come off strange. Some of y'all be worried about it more than men too, like that. 2, most men spare their DMs for women. I've been saying I've networked on the gram before. The podcast I was on first was actually, we started friendship over the gram. But it's
okay,
like,
dope.
Yeah, it's not impossible. I'm just saying the way certain internet, you know what? Take all that back. I speak for myself. I suck on the internet. Let's just leave it there.
Cause you be in the DM shooting your shot, or you be in the DM?
Bro, I don't use the plan.
Oh.
I shoot a DM shot every 6 months because I got scarred one time.
Why'd you get scarred? What happened?
So much of the poor receipts that were infactual. Matter of fact, I've been in about 3 or 4 receipt situations in my life, and that's texting me is the most boring thing you could ever do. Because all the receipt situations I've been in were like, what's that word? Smoke and mirrors. People using angle shit, like, oh, remember this? What was that?
And all you said was okay or something. Bet. See you later.
Tell me some more about it. What else I did?
Like, I replied. That's it. It wasn't nothing. Bet, copy and paste.
Yeah, I done seen so many girls accuse me of being on their body. I don't even like them. If I DM a girl today, it's because I'm bored or I'm really, really, not trying, but there's no other way to get to you. Like I can't find you no other way. I don't like it.
I don't know. I don't be in the. Well, I'll be in the DMs about career stuff. I be in folk DMs pressed hard. Yes. As far as like, no, you got to DM me first. My man, I do be in his DMs.
Who's this man that you with?
He about like 6'2", 6'3", chocolate brother. You might have seen him on some of your TVs. His name is Kofi. You want to see a picture? He real fine. He been my man, okay? Yeah. So tell him I'm looking for him. I promise you, if I ever get in a room with him, like, I have to confess how much I love him as an actor, but like, we're gonna go out.
Okay.
And I'll let y'all know how it works.
I understand completely.
When you see the kids, because that's a man I definitely, like, I'll be on the fence about kids, but with him, if he want kids, I give him some 5, 6, 7, 8. We're gonna stop at 8, because 5 is a lot too. Well, 1. We're gonna have 1. Well, 2. Hopefully I get a boy and a girl. No kids? Love.
I try not to say the K word out loud in this generation either. I think
Fuck
kids
them kids? Oh.
No, just the last
The
part.
kids? You think it's gonna like, they gonna all of a sudden fall on you?
Nah, they can't fall on me. I'll be honest.
No.
I think, you know, I'm the oldest version in the country. It's actually in the record book. And beyond that, I think kids are actually going around faster than Corona. Studies show.
I think because people be bored. Or is they bored? I think people... Don't ask me. I ain't got no kids. I ain't getting near no kids at this point. Kids going faster than Corona. I have no response. Where you find your stats?
Shit, if you scroll on your gram, you're going to see more I'm having a kid posts than you see Corona posts.
None of my close... Hold on.
Every time you go on the gram, you're going to see a baby. It's a new shower. It's a new flyer. It's a new bump. Every time you go on the gram, it's a new baby. And that's without the pregnancy scares, abortions, or all the dark shit that we don't hear about.
Yeah, because we don't... Ooh, let me not say that. I was about to say something else.
Yeah, see, that's why let's stop talking. See,
yeah,
no more K word.
All right, so but
next subject.
All right, so anyway, you ventured off into clothing. What made you want to go ahead and do clothing? Ego.
1000%.
Why ego? Like what about it?
I'm from Brooklyn. Why wouldn't I want to wear my own shit?
That's y'all New York people. What part of Brooklyn you from?
Right.
Word. I was just out there.
Damn.
I was just out there. I was all up and through that joint. When our lovely DP Kiana is on the track. Kiana, when I'm just out there. See?
It's the head shape.
No, I was.
I tried to get my own shirt made just because I wanted one.
Mm-hmm.
Then I seen the price, how much it took to make one. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna make my own. Then they started to look up, so I worked.
Cause you got shirts, you got sweat suits, hoodies, sweat set. You know that's what they call it, sweat sets. So how do you want to grow your clothing line? Like, where do you want to take that eventually? Or do you feel like it's always going to be a part of like the bully season?
More the latter. In terms of how I'm gonna kind of up it a bit, I'm trying to be more consistent. So everything I did was custom, but like you learn with trial and error in business.
Yeah.
It takes more time. So I think I want to get a couple like inventory pieces, just do a couple series runs this summer and see how I feel about that. This is something I'm trying out right now. This is the second time I made my brother one of these shirts.
But is it? You got a name? Is it like a signature shirt?
There are names, but that's not. This is still in testing.
Oh, we're not gonna name. We can't get an exclusive.
I had to make the name.
Oh, I thought you had the name. My bad. But for those who don't know, how do you describe bully season? What is that exactly?
So, bully stands for believer in underlying lessons learned yesterday. And I did that because for some strange reason everybody thought I was a bully when I when I had originally dropped my name or whatever on the gram, and everybody was like, "You're just so aggressive and you're screaming," and I wasn't really doing all of that, but it made me pull it back a little bit. And I mean, it happened with time, but like it became a reflective mantra. So again, believer and underlying lessons learned yesterday. It's just something that helps you learn to reflect. It's a reflective mantra that just keeps you grounded and reminds you that no matter what you experience, you can take something away from it. So like it's something as small as pouring juice. If you pour too much juice and the glass overflows, you know, less juice tomorrow. But people tend to look at life, especially bad times, and they just get so lost in the moment. Nobody really takes the time to reevaluate. And then people make healing seem so passive, soft. That's why aggressive people are afraid of it. So I put the two together. You bully life. You take everything with a grain of salt. You live, you learn, you reflect, you adapt. You move on.
Dang, that's deep. You deep, bro. I knew you was deep. Like, I already knew you was deep, but like, you deep. Like, I already knew you was deep. I been knew you was deep. Like, but you deep. Like, when you say it out loud, like, damn, that's real. Now, also, you started your think tank, even though it's in beta. What made you like start that up? And then, for those who aren't familiar, what you can tell us, let us know.
In short, think tanks are going to be a curated discussion space. Thoughts are pretty boring when they're like, that's a lie. Thinking alone is boring. It has limits. Now, to me, the limit is probably time more than anything, because I do think I can accomplish a lot with my own brain. But there are still boundaries just to what I know. So just bringing a bunch of individuals of sound mind to contribute and kind of invoke perspective. And perspective is such a big thing to me because it's like, it changes situations. A lot of things go left or don't proceed in life because of understanding. Like people just don't have the time to say, all right, this is what you're thinking or this is how you're feeling, and I accept that. A lot of us are so defensive. We want you to feel like how I feel. I want you to think how I think. None of that. I agree to disagree. There's no such thing as right or wrong when talking to me. Like every once in a while I cling to old ways, but for the most part, I don't get any satisfaction for being right. It's cool. I know what I know. If you know it, I want you to teach me.
Cause I definitely respect the space. I think it's I feel honored, to be part of beta. But I do respect the space. Like it's dope. I will say some of the topics I don't be ready for, but the conversations do be good and it be interesting. And then it's just I feel like it's a lot of stuff that we have to discuss and feel like it's a safe space, and that's what is provided there. I ain't gonna tell what the topic's been because I ain't signed an NDA, but I'm gonna treat it like I signed an NDA. Beyonce.
Yeah. But and I think your line just now about like the kind of subjects that we hit and like the fact that the conversations are so faux pas or we go on this angle with it. It's like, yo, they're all real.
Yeah.
I haven't made nothing up and introduced it to y'all. Like I haven't really said, all right, look, Wakanda. I ain't say, look, this doesn't exist, believe it. It's so many things that are happening in this world that we have to have those tough conversations because everybody needs to be aware. Everybody needs to know what's going on, how things are proceeding around them, how things are moving around them. Everybody just so and then we so fast, but then we intake so much.
Yo.
Like it's so much information, so much opinion. It's real hard to slow down, grasp your own thoughts, and then be in a safe inner space to regurgitate those thoughts. Because sometimes, and that's why I like the tank. You've been on the tank a couple times. Some people have said some crazy shit.
Yeah.
And the backlash is maintained. Now, obviously, it's not always maintained, but it's a better backlash than saying it on Twitter. Saying it on the gram, saying it in the classroom, like it's a better space for that. And I think that those spaces are needed because we gotta explore conversation. Everything is rarely one-sided and everything is rarely as shallow as we make it seem. You don't always have to add depth, but the chances are you probably could.
No, I definitely agree. I do enjoy the think tanks because like you said, all in all, I feel even though we live in this like everybody records, everybody films, I feel like it's definitely a safe space. I don't feel like anything I say is going to get released to the public. And like you said, we've had conversations where I was like, I'm glad we here because if we was having this conversation on social media, this shit would have went viral. You'd be getting dragged right now, just because of how the rest of the world may view a certain topic or a certain opinion. And I just feel like it gives us more time to actually understand, because people like Twitter, other social media apps, you only got so many characters. You can't have the back and forth conversation to even expand your explanation. But like, we're having a verbal conversation, I usually can tell your tone, even if you are a person who's passionate. I know sometimes I talk passionate, but I be quiet in the think tank low key, because I just be listening, I be taking it in. But then also, the great thing I will say about it is that even though some of us may be familiar with each other, none of us think alike at all, or not even from a lot of the same backgrounds either, other than maybe where we all met. But nah, I think it's dope.
Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you always pulling up too. And to your point, that's why I stay away from social media a lot, because I don't like, as you can see, I'm not a good texter, so I'm never
Yeah, you
gonna
got
be
a
in the
thousand
comment.
text. Can you
I'm never
text
gonna
them
be
people
in a
back?
comment battle with you.
Can you text them people back? It's 1,000 text messages. You don't even want to open them?
I be getting the gist. Everything before the little dots at the end is all I really need.
Mine don't do that.
I don't do dots.
My phone don't do the
You
dots.
Get one new message. You don't get that.
No, I don't get dots.
I get dots. You don't get dots.
I don't get no dots.
You sure you don't get the dots? See, look, the dots. See?
No, dots. Yeah, you're right. Those are dots.
Yeah, I get dots.
Well,
upgrade the tech on the show, Cameron. Big Camera K, we need updates.
well, Rudy, I appreciate you coming out on every episode of Ain't No Filter. I always ask this because you never know. What is one piece of advice that you would give somebody? It could be about anything. It could be anything. You don't have to be. It could be anything.
So I think this is one thing and not two.
Okay, give me two.
I think it's one.
Okay, give me one. Give me what you got for a pork chop. Back it up. Yeah, let it drop.
You're done?
Yeah, I'm done. Listen, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I can hear you.
Alright. I would say find yourself and hold on to yourself. And those are the first two steps to loving yourself. I think the one I was going for was loving yourself the whole time. We live in a shitty world, full of shitty people, shitty things, and shitty circumstances, and there's a lot of pressure for you to be someone. But nobody is telling you what the fuck or who the fuck someone is. Everybody gotta be somebody. Nobody knows what this somebody's supposed to be. So the easiest thing to do is to be yourself. It's the easiest thing under the sun.
I agree. I definitely agree. I do. I feel you. You preaching. I feel like everybody is trying to be someone. For me, though, my piece of advice, and I'm really talking to myself, is working on how you respond to things that people say to you. So be mindful of how you respond to what people say to you.
The camera's still rolling. I'm gonna let y'all know she cursed somebody out, whatever today is. I just noticed this like her fourth little subliminal about this exact same subject.
It is?
She had to curse somebody out today. Within the last 42 hours, she gave somebody something. What you responded poorly to something?
I did, and then the other one I decided not to respond to because I knew I literally was at a paragraph and I was like, let me just go ahead. And then the other one I sent 3 paragraphs. So
balance.
That's not balance. I gotta call them.
I gotta call them. Nah.
I be working on myself. Either I don't respond right away because I have to think through my thoughts, or then I wait and I'll be like, no, I'm right. I need to say that. So it's me working on how I respond. Well, if you don't, okay. So for those who don't really know me, I used to have a really bad temper. Well, I might still have a bad temper. I don't know. But I try not to be around people who make me bring out that side of me. But I had a bad temper.
That can't be true. You don't sound like you didn't sound like you were blocking enough people earlier. I block everybody that raises my blood pressure. So you can't.
I don't really follow nobody to like. But no, I'm working on my temper and I'm working on how I respond to people because it's clearly a struggle because if I was in a good place with that, I wouldn't have did that. So working on how I respond. My advice is Work on how you respond to people. Because then you won't have to call them and apologize later. Well, this was another episode of Ain't No Filter, and it's your girl Angelica Marie.
And I'm Bob.
Bob from Brooklyn?
Nah,
Crown Heights?
I've never heard of Bob from Brooklyn.
Okay.
I'm Rudy, the prospective bully, and what else am I supposed to say? Anything else?
What else?
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Is there anything else you want to say? Did you say everything you needed to say?
Say what you need to say. Say what you need to say. You remember that commercial?
I missed that one. Probably didn't have TV then.
Way to down it on the way down, huh?
My bad.
Way to perk us up on the way out. Thank you so much, Angelica, for hosting me on the show.
Thank you for coming out and giving me your
Ain't No
time.
Filter.
Appreciate you.
I like this podcast a lot because they got a New Yorker on the camera.
Yeah, she's from
That's
New York.
right.
I'm from New York, New York. Said 100, and I'm from New York.
Why you ain't go concrete jungle with jeans and why you ain't that way?
Because I was born when that first one came out. That was the first, like, I'm from New York, and I'm
Well, I'm actually from New York, and again, my name is Rudy. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Ain't No Filter podcast featuring Rudy and Angelica. Have a great day, guys.
Bye.